Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a video. Today, we're diving into one of the most beautiful and iconic flowers in the world, cherry blossoms. Whether you're already a fan or you're just discovering these stunning blooms, stick around, because I've got some fascinating facts that will make you see cherry blossoms in a whole new light. Grab a cup of tea and let's get into it. Fact 1, the symbol of renewal. Let's kick things off with a deep one. Cherry blossoms, also known as Sakura in Japan, are seen as a symbol of life's fleeting beauty. Every spring, these gorgeous blooms burst into life, but they only last for about 1 to 2 weeks. In Japanese culture, the blooming season is a reminder that life is short and constantly changing. During Hanami, which means flower viewing, people gather under the trees to appreciate the moment and reflect on how everything is temporary. And that includes life itself. Pretty powerful for such a delicate flower, right? Not just in Japan, but across the world, cherry blossoms have come to represent new beginnings, hope, and the idea of appreciating the present moment before it's gone. Fact 2, the Sakura's global influence. Cherry blossoms aren't just a Japan thing, they spread all over the world. In fact, the cherry blossom trees you see in Washington, D.C. were a gift from Japan in 1912 when over 3,000 trees were donated to foster friendship between the two countries. The National Cherry Blossom Festival in D.C. attracts over 1 million visitors every year, and let me tell you, it's an absolute sight to behold when those trees are in full bloom. Beyond the United States, you'll find Sakura in places like South Korea, Taiwan, and even parts of Europe. In Korea, cherry blossoms are so beloved, they even have a saying, if you want to bloom like a cherry blossom, you must live like a cherry blossom. Meaning you should live gracefully and embrace the beauty of life. Such a beautiful sentiment. Fact 3, they're not always pink. Here's a fun one. While we usually think of cherry blossoms as being soft and pink, they actually come in a wide range of colors, from pale white to deep magenta and even a rich reddish hue. There's a whole spectrum of cherry blossoms out there. In fact, some of the rarer varieties of Sakura, like the Shirofugin or the Kanzan, have a more intense, almost reddish pink color. So if you're a fan of vivid hues, there's a cherry blossom for you too. Fact 4, cherry blossoms can live for decades. Here is something mind-blowing. Cherry trees can live for over 100 years. But don't let their long lives fool you. Their blooms only last for a short time each year. The blossoms themselves can last anywhere between 5 to 14 days, depending on weather conditions. Strong winds or rain can cut the bloom time short, so every year, people eagerly wait for the perfect conditions to see them at their peak. It's that fleeting beauty that makes them so special. People say that it is the temporary nature of the blossoms that makes the experience of seeing them so magical. You never quite know when they'll reach their peak, and that makes it all the more exciting. Fact 5, cherry blossoms have a sweet scent, but not always. While cherry blossoms are visually stunning, you might be surprised to learn that not all of them have that strong floral fragrance we might expect. Some varieties, like the Yoshino, have almost no scent at all. But don't worry, if you're craving that sweet fragrance, there are other trees like plum blossoms that often get mixed up with cherry blossoms and have a much stronger aroma. Interestingly, the lack of scent in some cherry blossoms might be a reason why they were so appreciated visually rather than for their fragrance. The simplicity of their presence is enough to captivate. Fact 6, cherry blossom inspired art and music. Cherry blossoms have inspired so much art over the centuries. From poetry to paintings to music, they're a muse that has captured the imagination of creatives all around the world. Take, for instance, the famous Sakura haikus in Japan, short but incredibly profound poems dedicated to the fleeting beauty of the blossoms. Artists like Claude Monet were also fascinated by cherry blossoms, and his works often captured the essence of spring, showing the gentle flow of petals in the breeze. And even in music, cherry blossoms make their mark. There's a famous Japanese song called Sakura, Sakura, which is often sung during the blooming season. Fact 7, a superfood? Okay, here's a bit of a surprising fact. Cherry blossoms are actually edible. While most of us are used to eating cherry fruit, the blossoms themselves are a delicacy in Japan. They are often pickled and used to flavor teas, sweets, or even rice cakes. The cherry blossom leaf, which is often used for wrapping traditional Japanese sweets called Sakura mochi, has a unique salty flavor that balances out the sweetness of the treats. You can even try cherry blossom flavored ice cream or jam, which is becoming increasingly popular in places like Japan and Korea. So if you ever get the chance, definitely try out these edible blossoms. So there you have it. Cherry blossoms aren't just beautiful flowers. They're full of history, culture, and some pretty amazing surprises. Let me know in the comments which fact about cherry blossoms blew your mind. And if you've ever had the chance to see these blooms in person, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fun facts and travel inspiration. Until next time, keep blooming and stay awesome.